always found it crazy that the most creative people are usually considered the outcasts.
Don't play with him.
It made me question, is one's creative capacity directly linked to the time that you've been alone? Let's talk about it.
I let a boy sleep, now they gotta wake up. They open their eyes, see my cake up. She looks so good that she don't need no makeup. I ain't tryna hear that story that you made up. I'm tryna hop out for him when I pull up. Hop in the SRT, start doing donuts. She wanna kick with us and she don't know us. Broke that girl hard, now she hates me go up. I swear that this money came in clutch. I think I feel real love when I touch it. I got something dark in this cup. This easy for me, I ain't gotta do too much. I fuck with that hoe, but she do too much. Sometimes I roll till the money get rough.
What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Car Green back with another video, man. And in today's video, I'm basically gonna be going on a little rant. I already recorded this video and it didn't have no sound, so I'm slightly salty, but we finna go ahead and knock this shit out the way, cause I got some shit to talk about, bro. Like, this shit been sitting on my mind for a little minute now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of y'all can agree with me, but I just want to break it down a little bit so like you can get a better understanding. But I feel like a lot of people going to agree with me, especially if you an introvert like myself. Yeah, man, without further ado, I gotta go ahead and hop right into this journey. Alright, so basically what I want to talk about today is why being alone is great for the creative mind. I just feel like being alone is great for the creative mind. And the first reason on why I feel that way is because you can reflect your thoughts with yourself. So basically, introspection. If you don't know what introspection is, I'm putting somewhere on the screen for y'all to see. Basically, just sitting in your thoughts and reflecting your thoughts with yourself and not somebody else. So like during a conversation, you would say something, somebody else would say something back, and then your conversation or your thought process is directed by, it's almost like dancing almost, like, you know what I'm saying? The way the conversation goes is gonna be between the two of y'all. Like if one person drives, probably not gonna go nowhere. The other person is, like, if the other person has a lot of substance, it might go far. Y'all might start talking for hours and hours and hours. But when you thinking and you just kind of like talking to yourself in your head and just, you know what I'm saying, piggybacking off of thoughts in your head and reflecting off of past thoughts, future thoughts, you know what I'm saying, reflecting off things that you've seen today, how you can add that to any creative ventures that you are trying to get into or got going on by things that you've recently experienced yourself. That's introspection. That's reflecting your thoughts with yourself. So when you do that, it's really no limits to how far your thinking can go. The only limits to introspecting is the limits that you set on yourself. I feel like that's really the number one reason why creating is better alone versus than trying to, I mean, creating with somebody else can also be cool, but a lot of the thoughts that you're gonna have or the ideas that y'all come up with are y'all ideas. They're not your ideas. Your ideas come from you. You feel me? They come from you and solely you. They didn't come from Pinterest. They didn't come from Instagram. They didn't come from social media. They didn't come from your favorite influencer. They didn't come from your favorite brand. They didn't come from your parents. They didn't come from your siblings. They came from you. So you got to keep that in mind. When you reveal your thoughts and ideas to other people, they become y'all's thoughts and ideas now. That's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the number one thing, like number one rule for real, that's really a rule to creating by yourself, for yourself, or creating in general, or creating anything that comes from solely you, is to introspect, reflect your thoughts within yourself. The next reason I feel like being alone is great for the creative mind is that you don't have any unwanted outside influence. Like basically people who like shit on your creative ideas. Say this usually happens to me, I'm not gonna lie. Say I'll go, let me think. Well, this will happen to me in two ways. I'm gonna break it down in two ways. So, I'll go tell, like, I'll use my grandmother for example, because she's known for shitting on my ideas. Well, sometimes she is, but I'll use her as an example. I'll go tell my grandmother, like, yeah, I want to do this, this and that, blase, blase, blah. I did research on this and that, and I'm just talking about it. I make it this great big idea, or like this beautiful thing, and then you start adding all the pessimistic, is it pessimistic? I think it's pessimistic is how you say it. Pessimistic ideas on top of my beautiful idea that I've came up with and sat on for the past couple days or weeks or however long. And I feel like instead of someone doing that, they should be more optimistic, or like question your ideas in a more optimistic way, rather than sitting there like, I don't know, are you sure? Do you really want, like, stuff like that is like, it's like shooting your shit down almost. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that will make you not want to create what you had in mind to create no more. Now that shit out the window, now you starting to think like, it's poison to your creative ideas. It's literally poison. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you shouldn't think of the flaws, or you shouldn't think of what can happen in a negative, but 9 times out of 10 you already kind of know what could happen. You already know the negatives. You already thought out the negatives, and you don't need somebody like sitting there basically doubling down on all the things that you've already thought of. You feel me? And I'll sit there and tell them, like, I've already thought of that. I know that could happen, but I'm saying all the things that can happen outweighs, all the good things that can happen outweighs the bad stuff. You feel me? Everything is a risk, so everything is gonna have like the bad that comes with it. But if you believe in your creative ideas, you believe in yourself, none of that bad stuff matters. You feel me? Because you're either going to benefit from it by your idea working out, or you're going to benefit from it by learning from it. You feel me? So either way you should do it. People shouldn't shit on your creative ideas. That's just that. So yeah, no unwanted outside influences. There's probably other things I can think of. Oh, what was the other idea I had? Oh, okay. Not too long ago, or anytime really, I think to do like something as a group with somebody, there's always somebody in the group, or it's always somebody that doesn't think of it as highly as everybody else in the chat. It's always that one Debbie Down, that one person that's like, even if they don't say that they're not like with it or something like that, they might sit there and say they with it, blah, blah, blah. The energy not the same as everybody else's. You feel me? The energy is just like a little off. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not as enthusiastic as everybody else's. It's more so like they're sitting in doubt, and you can see it. You can see it's plain as day, because they won't be talking or something like that. They won't be piggybacking on your ideas. They'll just like sit back in silence and just watch. You feel me? From the outside. You feel me? Because they don't really believe in it. You feel me? That's basically poison to your creative ideas as well. And you might see that person being this big person in the group that we have planned out in our head, or everybody else in the group might see this person that doesn't see the group being as high. We might all see him being as like here. We might see him being like, you know what I'm saying? We might look at him very highly in this creative venture that we've thought of for ourselves. This person doesn't even see it for themselves or for anybody else in there as well. You feel me? Bro. Move. Bro, these little ass bugs in here, bro. Like, just get out, bro. Yeah, man, so that's also poison to y'all's creative ventures. That's why I feel like it starts with you. You're gonna have to like start it first. Like, if you want to do something group wise, you're gonna have to like set the momentum. You're gonna have to start it. You're gonna have to almost convince everybody to be on board by you doing something, not you saying something. You have to do something. And that goes for you if you want to do something in a group like I just said, or like how I was just explaining, like of me talking to my grandmother, or like if you talking to any family member really, because they're not gonna see it unless you do something first. Like, you have to do something. You have to take actual steps towards it, and they have to start to see it as well. You feel me? People are more likely to see your ideas when you do something versus you saying something. Just keep that in mind. And lastly, being alone is great for your creative mind because you're the source of your own inspiration. An example, a lot of people nowadays go on Pinterest, Instagram. I feel like most people go on Pinterest and Instagram to get inspired nowadays. Or TikTok. TikTok is a big one too. People go and get inspired. But when you're alone and you cut all of those things out, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, when you cut those things out and you don't go to that for your inspiration and you go to natural sources of inspiration or less direct sources of inspiration, because inspiration directly from another person, I feel like that's too close to copying someone, unless you're really good at altering to make it different. You gotta really be good at that for it, you not to really like copy anyone. But a lot of people copy each other nowadays. And then when you do see something new, it's like then people want to copy that. But the person that created the new thing found inspiration from within themselves. So within themselves, I'm meaning like, say their hobbies are going to the museum, going to the movies, watching movies from time to time, watching TV shows from time to time, going on walks. I just named 4 things that they like to do. You can get inspired from all 4 of those things. You can get inspired from anything that you like to do. That's not social media or looking at somebody else do something and you get inspired by it. You can watch a movie from the 1970s and get inspired by that and bring stuff from that movie to today, and then people looking at you like, damn, where the fuck you get that shit from? You feel me? It's new to them because they ain't seen it, but little do they know you took inspiration from something that's not so direct, not so popular to everybody else right now. You feel me? And mind you, like say somebody had on a certain type of vest in that joint, or they was wearing a certain piece of clothing or something in that 1970s movie. The inspiration that you draw from it is not going to be the same inspiration that somebody else draws from that movie. They're going to draw inspiration for their own reasons, you feel me? And then say y'all are both looking at the movie to find clothing inspiration. The chances of them seeing that same piece of clothing that you like and adding a 3% rule onto it or altering it a little bit, you feel me? The chances of y'all finding the same piece and altering it from the same movie from 1970s is very rare. By you just doing something as little as watching a movie to find a clothing piece to create for yourself to put on nowadays is out of the box. You feel me? And that wasn't even considered out of the box when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. Watching movies and drawing inspiration was something like normal. But people don't do that nowadays. People just go straight to TikTok and draw inspiration from it. You will be your direct source of inspiration. Things that you like to do, things that come from you will be your direct source of inspiration. Not influencers. Those will no longer be your direct source of inspiration when you start to create alone. When you start to spend more time alone and create alone. But yeah, man, my camera about to die, so I'm about to go ahead and head out. I do feel like I made this video a little too long, but it wouldn't be like this if my audio on the first jank would have worked. Excuse me. But it didn't. So, but yeah, y'all, if y'all like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you got any topics you want me to touch on, comment them in the comment section below, and I see what I can do about those. And yeah, man, I just really want to start doing a lot of these videos. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna start doing a lot of these. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna start doing these type of videos because I can get them out pretty fast, and I feel like they will add value, and it gives me a way to connect with the viewer, with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it'll really build a relationship between y'all and me. It's your boy Car Green. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.